They built machines that fly higher than the atmosphere itself. Deep inside classified hangars on 3 continents, engineers are racing to finish weapons that move faster than a bullet, see further than satellites, and strike before any radar can register them. One of these aircraft is designed to operate at the edge of space, in a layer of sky where no fighter has ever survived, and another travels at 6 times the speed of sound. The terrifying part is that several of them have already taken flight, and the rest are closer to deployment than any government wants to admit. Join us, and let's discover the most advanced military aircraft in the world. Let's go! Sukhoi Su-57 Felon. Russia spent over 2 decades building a fighter to match American stealth, and the result is a machine the Kremlin is now terrified to lose. The Sukhoi Su-57 Felon is Russia's first operational 5th-generation stealth fighter, and only a handful exist in active service. The jet stretches 22 meters long, with a 14-meter wingspan, weighs 35 tons fully loaded, and screams through the air at Mach 2, around 2,400 kilometers per hour. That's like crossing France in 19 minutes. The Felon carries 6 internal weapon bays loaded with R-77M and R-37M missiles, the latter able to strike targets nearly 400 kilometers away, longer than the distance from New York to Washington. Its combat range reaches 3,500 kilometers without refueling, enough to cross most of Europe in a single mission. But here's the disturbing part. Western sanctions crippled Russia's microchip supply, slowing production to a trickle, and one of the few operational prototypes was reportedly destroyed in a Ukrainian drone strike on a Russian airbase. The Felon was supposed to challenge the F-22 Raptor head-on. Instead, it became a long-range missile platform built for hit-and-run engagements rather than dogfights. Russia is now testing the new Saturn Izdeliye 30 engine, which pushes the jet beyond Mach 2 without afterburners, and engineers are integrating hypersonic missiles, capable of speeds that nothing on Earth can intercept. Yet while Russia struggles to mass-produce this fighter, the United States has something far more advanced parked on a runway right now.
F-22 Raptor. Long before stealth fighters became common, America built one machine that no enemy has ever shot down in combat. The F-22 Raptor entered service in 2005 and remains the most lethal air superiority fighter ever built. It measures 19 meters in length, 16 meters across the wings, and tips the scales at 38 tons fully loaded. The Raptor screams through the sky at Mach 2.25, roughly 2,400 kilometers per hour, while supercruising past Mach 1.8 without afterburners, an ability no other fighter could match for nearly 2 decades. Imagine running a marathon at a full sprint without breathing harder. That's what supercruise feels like in jet engine terms. The aircraft carries 6 AIM-120 AMRAAMs and 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders inside hidden internal weapon bays, plus a 20mm cannon for close combat. Its radar cross-section is reportedly the size of a metal marble, smaller than any operational fighter on Earth. But here's the chilling reality. The United States built only 187 Raptors before shutting down production in 2011, a decision the Pentagon now openly regrets. China and Russia have spent 2 decades building counter-stealth radar systems specifically designed to hunt the F-22, forcing engineers to constantly upgrade its electronic warfare suite. The Raptor was supposed to dominate the skies for 50 years. Instead, the next generation of fighters is already being tested in secret hangars across the globe, machines specifically built to outclass even this American legend, and one of them is already patrolling the Pacific.
Only 1% of people know the dark truth behind what we are about to show you next. If you want to be part of the few who actually know what's happening in the world, subscribe and leave a like right now. Done? Look at this.
Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon.
China watched the F-22 dominate the skies and built a fighter specifically designed to hunt American support aircraft. The Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon entered service in 2017, becoming Asia's first operational stealth fighter. The aircraft stretches 20 meters long with a 13.5-meter wingspan, weighs 37 tons at maximum takeoff, and reaches speeds of Mach 2, roughly 2,100 kilometers per hour. That's faster than a rifle bullet leaving the barrel of an AK-47. The J-20 carries up to 6 air-to-air missiles inside internal bays, including the long-range PL-15 and the short-range PL-10. Its combat range stretches over 2,000 kilometers, enough to threaten American bases across the entire Western Pacific. But here's the disturbing strategic shift. The Mighty Dragon was not built for traditional dogfights. China designed it as a beyond visual range hunter, specifically targeting AWACS surveillance planes and aerial refueling tankers, the support aircraft that keep American fighters in the sky. Take out the tankers, and the F-22s fall from the sky empty, stranded over the ocean. Newer J-20 variants now use the WS-15 engine, finally giving China a fully domestic power plant that pushes the jet beyond Mach 2 in supercruise mode. Beijing has reportedly built over 200 Mighty Dragons, more than the entire F-22 fleet ever produced. And while the J-20 patrols the South China Sea, Russia is racing to deploy a stealth bomber that could rewrite the nuclear balance of power across the entire planet.
Tupolev PAK-DA. Russia is building a flying wing bomber so secret that even the official designation remains classified inside the Kremlin. The Tupolev PAK-DA, short for Perspective Aviation Complex, is the long-awaited successor to the Tu-95 and Tu-160 strategic bombers. Initial state tests are scheduled for February 2026, with serial production beginning in 2027 and operational service by the early 2030s. The bomber uses a flying wing design similar to the American B-2 Spirit, drastically reducing radar detection while maximizing aerodynamic efficiency. Estimates put the aircraft at 23 meters long with a wingspan of 52 meters, wider than 3 school buses parked end-to-end. Maximum takeoff weight is projected at 145 tons. The PAK-DA will carry 30 tons of weapons internally, including the new KH-101 and KH-102 long-range cruise missiles, plus next-generation hypersonic weapons. Its planned range exceeds 12,000 kilometers, allowing intercontinental missions without refueling, enough to fly from Moscow to Buenos Aires non-stop. But here's the terrifying part. The aircraft is being designed to penetrate NATO air defenses undetected, deliver nuclear payloads anywhere on Earth, and return home before anyone realizes it was airborne. Modern threat detection, electronic warfare suites, and radar-absorbing materials make it nearly invisible to Western tracking systems. Russia openly states the PAK-DA will become the new airborne pillar of its nuclear triad. And on the other side of Asia, China is racing to deploy something even more ambitious, a stealth giant that could change everything.
Number 9. Xi'an H-20. China's most secret aircraft has only ever appeared in blurry social media leaks, and intelligence reports say it might already be flying. The Xi'an H-20 is a stealth strategic bomber being developed by Xi'an Aircraft Industrial Corporation, designed to give the People's Liberation Army Air Force its first true intercontinental strike platform. In 2025, photos appearing on Chinese social media suggested test flights had already taken place, though Beijing has never officially confirmed it. The H-20 uses a flying wing design like the B-2 and B-21 Raider, dramatically reducing radar signature. Estimates place the bomber at 25 meters long with a wingspan of 45 meters and a maximum takeoff weight near 200 tons, heavier than a fully loaded passenger jet. Its combat payload reaches an estimated 45,000 kilograms, twice the load of any current Chinese bomber. But here's what truly terrifies American defense planners. The H-20 is expected to have a range of 13,000 kilometers, meaning it could launch from mainland China and strike targets anywhere in the continental United States. Imagine a nuclear-capable stealth bomber crossing the Pacific Ocean undetected, releasing hypersonic cruise missiles thousands of kilometers from its target and turning home before any radar paints its silhouette. The H-20 will become the third pillar of China's nuclear triad, joining ballistic missiles and submarines. And this is only the beginning, because the United States Navy is building something even more advanced for the carrier decks of the next decade.
Number 8. FA-XX. The United States Navy is building a sixth-generation carrier fighter, so advanced it will fight alongside its own swarm of robot wingmen. The FA-XX is the official designation for the Navy's next stealth carrier-based fighter, designed to replace the aging FA-18EF Super Hornet. Service entry is projected between 2032 and 2035, with the program already moving past the concept phase. The aircraft is estimated at 18 meters long, with a 14-meter wingspan, weighing 35 tons fully loaded. Its combat range stretches between 1,500 and 2,500 kilometers, allowing it to strike targets far beyond the reach of any current carrier-launched aircraft. Imagine launching a fighter from a ship in Hawaii and hitting a target in California without refueling. That's the kind of leap engineers are chasing. Weapons will be carried entirely in internal bays, preserving stealth, and the FA-XX will be capable of carrying anti-ship missiles, precision bombs, and possibly directed energy laser weapons. But here's the disturbing part. The aircraft will not fight alone. It will lead formations of collaborative combat aircraft, autonomous drone wingmen powered by artificial intelligence, capable of making kill decisions in milliseconds. Adaptive cycle engines will boost performance and fuel efficiency, while ASAW radars and sensor fusion give the pilot a god's-eye view of the battlefield. The FA-XX is being built specifically to fight in the most heavily defended airspace ever created. And Europe is responding with its own coalition program, 3 nations building a fighter unlike anything ever seen.
Number 7. GCAP Tempest. 3 nations on opposite sides of the world joined forces to build a fighter that could reshape the global balance of power. The GCAP Tempest, also known as the Global Combat Air Program, is a 6th-generation stealth fighter being co-developed by the United Kingdom, Japan, and Italy. The first flight is scheduled for 2027, with operational service planned for 2035. Engineers are designing the Tempest at around 21 meters long, making it larger than most current fighters, with a maximum takeoff weight projected near 30 tons. Combat range estimates exceed 2,500 kilometers, enough to cross the North Sea and strike deep into hostile territory. The aircraft will use adaptive cycle engines built by Rolls-Royce, capable of switching modes mid-flight to optimize for stealth, speed, or fuel efficiency. But here's the most disturbing capability. The Tempest is designed to act as an airborne command center, controlling swarms of drones, sharing data with satellites, and using artificial intelligence to identify threats faster than any human pilot ever could. Its cockpit will project a virtual reality environment, eliminating physical instruments entirely. Imagine a pilot wearing a helmet that displays the entire battlefield in 3 dimensions, with the aircraft choosing targets autonomously. Directed energy weapons, hypersonic missiles, and electromagnetic warfare suites are all on the table for integration. The Tempest will be the first fighter built specifically for warfare against integrated air defense networks. And while 3 democracies collaborate, China is building something even stranger, a fighter design no other nation has dared to attempt.
Number 6. Shenyang J-50. In December 2024, a tailless stealth fighter, unlike anything ever seen, took flight over a Chinese city, and the world realized China had leaped ahead in fighter design. The Shenyang J-50, sometimes designated JXDS, is a 6th-generation twin-engine stealth fighter built by Shenyang Aircraft Corporation. Its prototype was first observed during flight tests in Shenyang, Liaoning Province, in late 2024. Service entry is projected between 2028 and 2030, an alarmingly aggressive timeline for any 6th-generation aircraft. The fighter features a tailless design with sharply swept wings, drastically improving stealth, and giving it an extreme radar cross-section reduction. Estimates place the J-50 at 22 meters long, with a maximum takeoff weight near 40 tons. Top speed is projected around Mach 2, roughly 2,500 kilometers per hour, with a combat range up to 2,000 kilometers. 2 internal weapon bays will carry up to 8 PL-15 or PL-17 air-to-air missiles, the longest-ranged air-to-air missiles ever built. But here's the frightening part. The J-50 is smaller than China's other 6th-generation fighters, suggesting it was designed specifically for aircraft carrier operations at sea. Imagine an entire Chinese carrier strike group sailing into contested waters, launching tailless stealth fighters armed with missiles that can hit targets 400 kilometers away. Artificial intelligence will assist the pilot in combat decisions, while next-generation stealth coatings make detection nearly impossible. The J-50 will likely complement the J-20 Mighty Dragon, but Beijing's true ambitions lie elsewhere, in a fighter program that has already triggered emergency response from the Pentagon.
Number 5. Boeing F-47. In March 2025, the United States Air Force announced the winner of its most secretive program in modern history, and the answer changed military aviation forever. The Boeing F-47 is America's 6th-generation stealth fighter, developed under the Next Generation Air Dominance program to replace the legendary F-22 Raptor. Prototype production began in 2025, with the first flight planned for 2028 and operational service in the early to mid-2030s. The F-47 is estimated at 20 meters long, with a 14-meter wingspan and a projected maximum takeoff weight of 40 tons. Its combat range exceeds 2,000 kilometers, deliberately designed to operate across the vast distances of the Pacific Ocean. Imagine a fighter taking off from Guam and reaching the Chinese coast in a single sortie. That's the strategic vision behind this aircraft. Weapons will be carried in internal bays, including next-generation long-range air-to-air missiles and possibly directed energy laser systems for mid-air defense. But here's the disturbing reality. The F-47 will not fight alone in any future war. It will command collaborative combat aircraft, autonomous drone wingmen designed to soak up enemy missiles, jam radars, and strike targets while the human pilot stays safe behind the lines. Adaptive cycle engines, artificial intelligence, and the most advanced stealth coatings ever developed will make this fighter nearly invisible. Boeing reportedly defeated Lockheed Martin in a fierce competition, with the first NGAD demonstrator already completing test flights years ago in total secrecy. And while America builds the F-47, a stealth bomber larger than a passenger jet is already taking off from Edwards Air Force Base.
Number 4. Northrop Grumman B-21 Raider. In December 2022, Northrop Grumman rolled out a stealth bomber so advanced that even the company's own employees needed special clearance to see it. The B-21 Raider is the latest American stealth strategic bomber, designed to replace the aging B-2 Spirit and B-1B Lancer. Its first flight took place in November 2023, and service entry is planned for 2026 to 2027. The aircraft uses an evolved flying wing design, similar to the B-2, but with vastly more advanced stealth coatings and avionics systems. The B-21 measures 20 meters long, with a 50-meter wingspan, wider than 2 basketball courts placed side by side, and a maximum takeoff weight of 152 tons. Its range is officially classified, but Pentagon estimates place it at 12,000 kilometers, with effectively unlimited range when refueled in flight. The bomber can carry up to 22,000 kilograms of weapons internally, including precision-guided conventional bombs, B-6112 and B-83 nuclear warheads, AGM-158 JASSM-ER cruise missiles, and future hypersonic weapons. But here's what makes the Raider truly terrifying. The aircraft is fully integrated into network-centric warfare, sharing data with drones, satellites, and ground stations in real time. Future upgrades will allow it to fly fully autonomously, with no pilots on board at all. The B-21 designation reflects its role as the first true bomber of the 21st century, and the Air Force plans to build at least 100 of them. The B-21 is already operational in test status.
But China is responding with a fighter so massive and strange-looking that it borders on the absurd, a triple-engine giant unlike anything else flying.
Number 3. Chengdu J-36. On December 26, 2024, a fighter so large and strange-looking flew over a Chinese city that aviation analysts initially thought the photos were fake. The Chengdu J-36 is a Chinese 6th-generation stealth fighter being built by Chengdu Aircraft Corporation. Its first public flight took place over Chengdu, Sichuan Province, on Mao Zedong's birthday, a deliberate political statement. Analysts predict service entry around 2030 to 2031. The J-36 prototype measures an enormous 24 meters in length with a 20-meter wingspan, larger than most current bombers. Combat weight is estimated at 55 tons, comparable to a fully loaded fighter bomber rather than a traditional fighter. The aircraft uses a triple-engine, tailless, double-delta configuration, unlike any combat plane ever built. Top speed reaches Mach 2.5, around 3,000 kilometers per hour, with a combat range up to 3,000 kilometers. 3 internal weapon bays will carry up to 12 air-to-air missiles, including PL-15 and PL-17, plus heavier air-to-surface missiles intended for striking airfields and warships from beyond the horizon. But here's the most disturbing part. The J-36 is not just a fighter, it is a flying command center designed to coordinate satellites, ground stations, drones, and other fighters in real time during combat. Imagine a single aircraft directing an entire air war from inside enemy territory, invisible to radar, faster than most missiles, and armed with weapons that strike from hundreds of kilometers away. The J-36 represents the most ambitious Chinese aerospace project ever attempted. Yet a Russian aircraft promises something even more disturbing, a fighter that flies above the atmosphere itself, in the realm of meteors and rockets.
Number 2. MiG-41. Russia is building a fighter designed to hunt enemies in the upper edges of the atmosphere, where no other aircraft has ever flown in combat. The MiG-41, officially designated PAC-DP for Prospective Long-Range Interception Aircraft Complex, is a Russian 6th-generation heavy interceptor designed to replace the aging MiG-31. The program remains in concept phase, with realistic projections placing service entry in the mid-2030s or later. The MiG-41 is estimated at 25 meters long with a 22-meter wingspan, making it significantly larger than any current fighter. Empty weight is projected near 50,000 kilograms, with a maximum takeoff weight of 100,000 kilograms, giving it the fuel and weapons capacity of a small bomber. Its range is expected to reach 5,000 kilometers. But here is what truly sets this aircraft apart from anything ever built. The MiG-41 is being designed to fly at Mach 4, roughly 4,900 kilometers per hour, almost twice as fast as the MiG-31. At top speed, the jet would cross the entire Russian landmass in under 2 hours. Even more disturbing, the aircraft is designed to operate at altitudes of up to 50 kilometers in the mesosphere, the same layer of atmosphere where meteors burn up on entry. Imagine a fighter cruising at the edge of space, above the reach of every air defense system on Earth. Armament includes new long-range air-to-air missiles, hypersonic weapons, and possibly anti-satellite missiles capable of destroying spacecraft in orbit. The MiG-41 will also feature laser defense systems and stealth coatings. Yet even this near-space monster is overshadowed by an American aircraft already being tested in total secrecy.
Number 1. Lockheed Martin SR-72 Son of Blackbird. Hidden inside the Skunk Works hangars in California, Lockheed Martin is building an aircraft that will fly faster than any military plane in human history. The SR-72 Son of Blackbird is an American hypersonic reconnaissance and strike aircraft designed as the direct successor to the legendary SR-71 Blackbird, which held the world speed record for decades. Technology demonstrators were scheduled for testing in the mid-2020s, with operational service projected for around 2030. The SR-72 is estimated at 30 meters long, with an 18-meter wingspan and a maximum takeoff weight near 56 tons. But here's where the laws of physics start to break down.
The SR-72 is designed to reach Mach 6, more than 7,000 kilometers per hour, twice the top speed of the SR-71 Blackbird. At that velocity, the aircraft could fly from New York to London in under 30 minutes. Imagine a passenger jet taking 8 hours to cross the same distance, while this military aircraft does it in less time than a coffee break. The propulsion system uses a turbine-based combined cycle, blending a traditional jet engine with a ramjet for hypersonic flight. Operating altitude reaches 25,000 meters, far above any modern air defense system on Earth. The aircraft will carry hypersonic missiles for precision strikes against strategic targets, capable of destroying any building on the planet before defenders even know it is incoming. Advanced thermal-resistant materials are required to survive the friction heat at hypersonic speeds, where the airframe glows red-hot. The SR-72 may launch unmanned, with a crewed variant possible later. If successful, this aircraft will become the fastest operational military plane in history.
If you thought this was terrifying, you are not ready for what they found in the video on your screen. Click it right now. The truth is worse than you think.